Scentland, the land of scent. How does that look like? Gorgeous. My wife is cooking pasta bolognese. With some gorgeous red wine. Yeah. That's all you want. Cheers. Joie de vivre. Chris back with another fragrance review. It's gonna be a quick shot because obviously, you know, I'm being put in this category as, you know, saying that he's the guy for vintage and discontinued and hard to find and under the radar and which is true, absolutely true, but that's not to say that I do not like some good, decent, high quality, well-performing, modern releases. Now, obviously, there's a lot of, you know, amped up designers and crazy. Everybody's crazy about niche fragrances. Some are worth the hype. Most of them are not. Why? I'll show you why. I have half a dozen designer fragrances. Even mainstream is one of them, actually two of them. Two of the half dozen, two of the six is actually a bloody mainstream department store fragrance, right? Or drugstore fragrance. Yet, if you would blindfold many of those who, you know, overhype today's designer and niche releases like Sauvage or Salvatore Ferragamo, or, you know, all this, or even Invictus and whatnot, the other thing. If you would blindfold them and tell them this is the new release of Creed or this is the new release of Dior of next year, what do you think? They would say, good God Almighty, this is great. This is a, you know, wow, this is high quality. This is the shit. This is the thing, right? And then you take off the blindfold. So no, wait, this is this. And I'm gonna show you 6 fragrances that I think are absolutely stunning in terms of smell, in terms of price versus quality ratio, in terms of performance and all that, right? And all of these are have been released this year, last year or the year before. Just, you know, nothing else, just very recent fragrances. Okay, let's start. I think it has been released this year. Jaguar. I don't really like the house of Jaguar. Would love to own a Jaguar as a car, but I was not really crazy ever about the house of Jaguar. It's now owned by the Lalique Group, which owns Alain Delon, for example, the brand, not the person. Jaguar, new release, brand new release actually, I'm now sure because I've seen it in Austria in the shops. Gold in Black. Now, what a stupid name, the Gold in Black. Now let me think about gold in black. What is gold in black? Yeah, you know what not. Let's try to mix the colors, right? Gorgeous fragrance. Why? It's almost like it is a sort of a heavy hitter from the 80s. It really has all those characteristics. It's super strong. It hits you in the face. Yeah, it's well blended. It has a character and a style, and it's heavy spicy, you know, loaded with things like, I think, cardamom, definitely, maybe nutmeg in there, is leather, stuff like that. I don't spray it here because it's going to mess up my wine. And I want to smell, you know, the deliciousness of this very nice Hungarian cuvée there. But this fragrance from Jaguar is an absolute stunner. It's an absolute stunner. It's cheap, widely available, it's out there, it's a great alternative to many overhyped niche or designer fragrances of today. Very surprising. I got this from a friend of mine, Joel, thank you very much. I love Jaguar for Men Gold in Black. And absolutely, it's more kind of an evening smell, but for that it's perfect, absolutely perfect. Next one. bang, another black. It's not really in its name black, but the bottle is black. Straight ahead with Giannis Antetokounmpo. Again, Giannis Antetokounmpo. I'm not sure if I spelled it correctly because I don't speak any Greek. You know, the Greek basketball player, great star in the US. Department store, you know, mainstream mainstream as it gets, really straight, right? This fragrance, good God Almighty, sage in this, beautiful. It's just, oh my goodness, I reviewed this separately as well. An absolute stunner, compliment getter, amazing performance, right? Sets itself apart from anything I've smelled before, anything. With this sage, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic and phenomenal. A fantastic signature fragrance, young and old, extremely versatile. Like it is really brilliant, I have to say. So again, blindfold people, let them smell this and they're gonna be blown away. Straight ahead, Giannis Antetokounmpo is the celebrity behind this. Stunning fragrance, released last year, I think. Fantastic, really nice. Aramis, right? Very classy. Aramis, house from the 60s, Estee Lauder group. And they've released a fragrance last year called Tobacco Reserve. And it's, you know, it starts with the bottle, right? I love this classy shape. It's obviously the shape of the classy original Aramis, but it's a different fragrance, and it's so nice. It's this playful tobacco with some spices and some musk in there. So classy, so gentleman, and the performance again tremendously nice. And Aramis has a good few of very interesting releases. I reviewed The Adventurer in New York on Staten Island Ferry, and there's Modern Leather, which I read a lot about. I don't have that fragrance yet, but I'm going to go for it. Tobacco Reserve is an absolute stunner. A great signature fragrance for a gentleman above 35 or 40. This is a classy one. This is a mature one for the mature guy who knows, you know, knows all about the game. Fantastic. I really love this one, and I highly rate it. And again, it doesn't resemble, and it's not like Havana or not like any of the tobacco-based fragrances that you know. This is separate. This is different. This sets itself apart. Fragrance number 3. Another bloody mainstream department store fragrance. How boring. Oh yeah. Do you get bored? No. No, you don't, because you get amazing value for your money that you're paying. So why would you pay $450 for something, I don't want to mention any names, but for something that you can get for $9? I mean, you must be, you know, out of your mind paying that much if you can get the same quality for much less. What I'm talking about, never reviewed any fragrance from this house, German house, Michalski Berlin. Michalski style. I already love this bottle. I think it's 30 ml, right? 30 ml bottle. Great, classy yet modern, with this bumpy thing going on, this bumpy thing, and this kind of nice color fading from glass into this deep blue stuff. Very nice. Michalski Berlin style. It's all over. Available everywhere, you know. And this one is for those who crave and who love Invictus and Aventus and Sauvage and Bleu de Chanel and everything, because this little juice here just beats the shit out of those, right? Why? Because it smells modern. It smells extremely, yeah. It is very modern. It smells like the latest. It smells like the hype. You know, it smells like the stuff. It smells like today. It's very, very modern, extremely well done. And the blend in this one is perfect. And it has, interestingly, a very nice lavender in it. And if the lavender is done in a modern way, like Roberto Cavalli Black, for example, in a modern way, it can be so invigorating and so nice. So great modern lavender, together with some fruity notes, for example, apple here. Fantastic. And then in the dry down, you get a most delicious tobacco note. Oh my goodness, man. And again, just like the other, extremely great performance in terms of sillage protection and longevity as well. Michalski Berlin style, an absolute stunner. If for those guys who are in their early 20s, late teens even, or even 30 and above, who want to smell the latest, the hype, the latest, the thing that you are today. That's all about today, 21st century, 2019. Well, I think this was released actually last year, but it smells just the hype, it's spot on what the smell of today should smell like, in my opinion, and the bang for the buck. Next one, the great late Karl Lagerfeld has, with his recent line, including Bois de Vetiver and Bois de Yuzu, has returned to great fragrance making, the art of fragrance, and it continues with a fragrance called Bois de Cèdre. First of all, the bottle and the juice color is just, oh my good God Almighty, Again, this is a present from my wife. Very nice. Thank you very much for that. Very great. Extremely good fragrance. Why? It's a very uplifting, natural, nice smelling cedar paired up with extremely natural salt. It's a salt cedar fragrance that it's not pushy at all, yet its performance is outstandingly good. It's there. It wraps you into this dry cedar woody saltiness. It's heaven. It's like you're living at the Atlantic Ocean somewhere, and it's so natural. It's not overdone. It's not pushy, but the performance is there, and it's so natural. To me, it's one of the most natural smelling fragrances. It's really, really, really amazing. I mean, Karl Lagerfeld, again, this has been released, I think actually in February 2019, when he actually passed away. Stunning fragrances. Bois de Cèdre by the great late Karl Lagerfeld. And last but not least, because I think this is maybe the best of them all. And I reviewed this, I gave this a glorious review. Roma Uomo Laura Biagiotti, Roma Uomo Cedro. Not a cedar here, but a totally different cedar. Why? Because this is paired up with a tremendous rhubarb note. This fragrance has the creaminess of the original Roma Uomo from the early 90s, but it amps it up with a green woody cedar note that is just mind-blowing. I mean, I bet you that there's, let's take 1,000 people, right? Show this fragrance to 1,000 people, let them smell it, and I bet you there won't be 2 people who say that this is not nice. This is one of the nicest fragrances ever done, in my opinion. It's just so appealing, so nice, without being a safe play. It has character. That's the magic in this fragrance. It has the character, but it's not a safe play, not this boring shite that you have all over the place these days. This has backbone, and at the same time it's mass appealing, yes, because you want to smell nice. You want to get compliments. Okay, me, I'm not very crazy about them, but this fragrance gives you what you want in terms of performance, sillage, whatnot, longevity and all that. Packaging is great, the usual Roma, very, very, very nice. Roma Uomo, ragazzi. Just a fantastic fragrance. Laura Biagiotti has done an absolute masterpiece here. 2017 was the release date, and this is maybe the best of them all, I really have to say. I wear it occasionally, but I always, it blows my mind when I smell this fragrance. So this was my half a dozen of today's releases from the vintage guy, from the guy who only reviews boring vintage, under the radar, out of the spotlight fragrances. No, I'm here for the good stuff of the modern stuff if it's good. These 6 are very good, and we gotta make way, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to my wife, who is gonna do the fresh pasta now in order to go well with the shugo, and then we'll have a nice dinner. I can tell you that, with some child screaming exercises going on there as well. Buonanotte!